And I'll show you now how to use the coffee machine. A lot of people have difficulty, so I'll have a quick guide for you. It's a Neff coffee machine. Here is the on-off button, and all you have to do is when you press the on-off button, the green light will come on and it'll flash while it's heating. And once it's heated, you can see the green light is Beyond Cafe, and all you have to do is push in the mug and press Cafe. This is the strength of the coffee, and here it's best on the single coffees, single or espresso. It's not as good as effective when you put in the double coffees. And that's all you have to do to make a coffee. It'll do its own time, so sometimes it might rinse in advance. The instructions are happening here. It's giving an XXL coffee, making the coffee. There is a froth in the section this side. That's if you wanted to make cappuccinos and things. So here's the coffee, and it's presented just like that. Now afterwards it will go into a rinse mode, or it'll ask for water, or it might ask to be cleaned. At the moment it's full of water, so it's not asking for more water, but I'll show you how to do that. Sometimes it'll ask for more beans. It's not asking for it at the moment. You can get many coffees out of the beans. So there's two ways to open it. One is to put from the bottom, it'll come out, the whole machine will come out like this. And over here is the option to put in coffee beans or coffee powder. So the big one here has a V in it internally, so it's for coffee beans. So I just get my coffee beans and I pour in my coffee beans until it's full. And that's full, and then the lid goes on top of the coffee beans. If you prefer to use powder, that is an option, but you have to use the powder for each time you make coffee. And this is the spoon to make the for the coffee powder, and you put it into the coffee powder and you put it in here. So you put in about 2 spoons for every coffee. That's a strong coffee. So that's if you want it, but it's easier to put the beans in, you put them in, and you don't need to replace them until they're used up. Then at some stages, when you have a few coffees, it's going to tell you to empty the drip trays, because between each coffee, if I turn it off, it's going to rinse. And this is it rinsing at the moment. It might have an alarm here for a red line for a clean. We clean it regularly, so it's not always needed. It's depending on the line scale in the area, and it's perfectly fine to use it when it has a red line like that, because it's still serviced. So that's it being rinsed. So then this time you have to empty the drip trays because it's been full. So to empty the drip trays, the last time I pulled it out like this to pull out the whole thing. This time I only want to empty the drip trays, so I take it out like this, and you'll have your coffee powder grains, and you'll have the waste liquid. So you just wash it in the washing machine, or the sink rather, and then make sure that these are dry. These sensors are dry to go back in, otherwise it might have a problem. And these all come apart in the sink, and they can be wasted. So this can be thrown in the garden space or anything like that. The water can be poured down the sink or on top of the plants, and it doesn't make a difference. Then it's washed and dried, and then it's put back together again. All these little sections come apart. This comes apart here, this comes apart here, and they can all be put back in and back in to make it ready for use again. And the only other part of this would be sometimes it asks you to refill with water, and so you refill a jug. So it's over on the other side. Again, you pull it out. This side over here has the jug, and the jug has a lift cover, and then you just pull it up like this, bring it over to the sink and refill it with cold water, and then it just slides back in again as a water jug, cover on, and that's it refilled again. And here is an information booklet detailing how to do it again in various different languages. So I hope you'll enjoy your coffee.